The episode begins with a recap of previous episodes and a new intro, starting from Wanda and Vision's house where Billy and Tommy are seen discussing in their Halloween costumes, where they both try to wake up their uncle Pietro. Who is this Pietro? Is he from Age of Ultron or from the X-Men universe? I have already explained all this to the regular viewers of my channel. If you are new to the channel, then check out this video, inside which you will get to know these details. So, in this Pietro scene, we got to hear a very interesting dialogue where Pietro uses his speed to scare the twins and shouts loudly, "Blood is thicker than water." Now, yes, there are chances that this is Mephisto, that's why he said this, which might have been shown as an Easter egg for his character inside this show. And at the same time, we should not forget that this episode was a Halloween special episode, and if Marvel Studios doesn't reveal the secret of him being Mephisto, then I don't think he will be Mephisto. Whatever he is, he was just taking care of these kids for Halloween. Then Wanda makes an entry in her comic-accurate costume. Here, Pietro comments on her costume, saying that this costume is even weirder than the one we wore in our childhood in Sokovia. But Wanda says, "I don't have any memory of that thing." Pietro's dialogue here is increasing suspicion a lot because, in response to Wanda's statement, he said, "You have suppressed most of the trauma." After the mention of suppressing trauma, this thing is becoming clear that Pietro knows that Wanda has created this reality and that whatever is happening here is not real. I mean, those who are in Wanda's reality, they somewhat know that Wanda created this reality only to suppress her trauma, but Pietro knew about this. And along with this, in this episode, Billy and Tommy were also seen breaking the fourth wall and interacting with the audience, just like Deadpool talks to the audience in his movies. After this, Vision makes an entry, and even though this is a costume, it's comic accurate, but it was really super weird. And after this, they discuss their Halloween plans, where we see a little argument between Wanda and Vision in their conversation. And from their conversation, we also find out that they don't have any special memories about Pietro. Vision says that he has some plans and he is going to patrol on Halloween, but Wanda explains to him that this is his first Halloween with their twins, he needs to spend time with them. Then Pietro says, "Let Vision go, I will take care of Tommy and Billy," and after this, Vision leaves from there. After this, Wanda asks Pietro, "Where is your costume?" So, he uses his super speed to get a costume for himself, and yes, this costume was also a tribute to his early comic appearances, and this hairstyle and costume were completely comic accurate. After this, Wanda tells them not to bother people with tricks on Halloween, and with this, the scene shifts and we see the S.W.O.R.D. base. Here, the events after Wanda entered her own hex are shown, where Director Hayward sends that missile for analysis, which still had traces of Wanda's powers on it. And Monica and Darcy tell him that he shouldn't have done that because when he tried to kill Wanda, Wanda has now become even more dangerous for them. And Monica also says that we cannot kill Wanda because we are not even sure if killing her will fix all this or not, or what could be the consequences inside and outside her hex after killing her. They had no idea about anything at that time. And if all this is happening because of Wanda, then only she can end it all because S.W.O.R.D. doesn't have enough power to go against Wanda's powers and defeat her. And this thing clearly shows how high Wanda's powers have reached at the moment. Here, a conversation happens between Monica and Director Hayward, and he tells her how difficult the last 5 years have been for them and how it all happened because of superpowered creatures like Wanda. And he tells her that you haven't experienced what we have experienced because you didn't see the world during this 5-year gap. And so, he removes Monica, and the FBI team members including Jimmy Woo, all from the base. Meaning, this entire mission has now come under S.W.O.R.D, where Monica Rambeau is no longer part of this investigation. But the agents who went to escort them out, Monica and Jimmy beat them up and take their uniforms to work as undercover S.W.O.R.D agents. These poor agents first had to face Wanda, and when they went to throw these guys out, they got beaten up again. Hit us, don't leave us alive, you fools. Are we some temple bell that anyone can come and ring? Friend is no longer a friend. Then the scene shifts and we get to see scenes from Wanda's hex, where Tommy and Billy were wearing their comic-accurate costumes. Further, Wanda asked Pietro some questions about their past because she was having doubts that this is not her brother Pietro, because for obvious reasons, this is not Pietro at all. Well, after this, Tommy and Billy come here, and here a small reference to the character Kick-Ass was also given, which is actually a superhero movie in which the main character Kick-Ass role was played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, the actor who actually played Quicksilver in the MCU's Age of Ultron movie. So, I found this reference quite interesting, and here, upon hearing the name Kick-Ass, Wanda got a little confused too. So, I will share a fan theory with you here that came to my mind while watching this scene. So, the reason behind this wasn't just to give these people a reference to Kick-Ass, but I have a very crazy fan theory here. And that is, Wanda's powers are so reality warping, where this superhero Kick-Ass looks exactly like her brother. I mean, the simple point is, if that happened, then according to the WandaVision show, we are all also part of the MCU, just from some other reality of this universe. Meaning, my belief is that Wanda knows that other realities also exist where a guy who looks like her brother plays the role of Kick-Ass. Now, I thought of this fan theory very well in my head, but how successful I was in explaining it, only you can tell. Well, here Quicksilver was having fun with people using his powers. And the interesting thing was that here, the complaints that Herb was getting while patrolling, Quicksilver was doing those antics after that. For example, when he got the complaint that someone stole all the candies, Quicksilver stole all the candies after that. And there were 3-4 more such events, the complaints for which Herb was receiving earlier, but Quicksilver was doing those antics after that. Why this happened, whether there is any reason behind it or not, is difficult to guess. But here, to get information about Vision, Wanda told Herb that maybe Vision can help you solve these complaints because he also left the house saying that he was going for patrolling. Because on Halloween, kids do a lot of mischief, so some adults need to patrol to prevent that. But here, Wanda found out from Herb that Vision had lied to her because he did leave for patrolling, but he didn't come for patrolling. After this, we get to see a quite spooky scene here, where Vision is roaming in the city and he looks towards this house where this woman was repeating the same action, and her eyes were filled with tears. The reason behind this is not known here, but with this, the scene shifts and we get to see the advertisement of this episode. And the name of this product was Yo Magic, where a shark gives food to this boy stranded on this island to eat, but that boy couldn't even open the can, and with time, he turns into a skeleton. Well, yes, obviously you must be confused about what happened here. Well, wait a bit, have patience. I will explain all the ads together in a separate video. So for now, let's continue with the story of this episode. So here the scene shifts and we get to see a strange conversation between Wanda and Pietro, where Wanda was saying to him, "Why does your behavior seem different to me?" He says, "I don't remember anything from before. I only remember that I was on the street and you called me and I came here. I think I am here only to take care of my nephews and to fill the void of your brother." Here, from this scene, we got the hint again that Quicksilver is also conscious of this reality, that he is inside the reality created by Wanda, and not in some real world. By the way, here in the background, we can also see the name of the movie The Incredibles written, and this is a very interesting Easter egg because, like Wanda and Pietro, in The Incredibles movie 2, we get to see two superpowered siblings. Talking about the story of the show, interrupting their conversation, Tommy and Billy arrive here, where he also has super speed powers in the real world. So, the same thing we got to see here. So here, this kid tries his powers, and after this, when they ask Wanda for permission to roam around the town, Wanda allows them but on one condition, that they will not go beyond Ellis Avenue. Now, why shouldn't they go beyond Ellis Avenue? You will find out about that later inside the episode. The scene shifts and we see Darcy, Monica, and Jimmy Woo, who sneak into the S.W.O.R.D. response base. Reaching there, Darcy accesses S.W.O.R.D. systems. Because of the vibranium body of Director Hayward's devices, Director Hayward has tracked him and is keeping an eye on him, on where Vision is at what time. Along with this, they also get to see the positions of all the people, which were probably positioned by tracking heat signals. But the weird thing here was that in Wanda's Hex reality, the people who were living near the boundaries were barely moving. Meaning, you can assume that they were playing statue the whole time. Their movements could not be tracked at all. And from here, we got the idea that Vision has reached the boundaries of Westview. Because the place where he saw that crying woman, she was also stuck in a loop. And it was looking like she wanted to do something, but facing Wanda's powers, against her will, she couldn't even move from her place. After this, we see Vision, who has reached very close to that barrier. But here, no human was moving at all, and everyone was standing completely still in their place. He tries to ask people questions, but no one answers him because everyone is standing completely still like statues. After this, Vision transforms into his true form, and brother, truly, when he came in this form, then the true MCU feeling came. When he analyzes from above the sky about what is happening here, then he realizes that the people who are towards their home in Westview, i.e., in the center of Westview, voices are coming from there normally, but at the borders of Westview, all the people are standing completely still and quiet like statues. Then Vision reaches a car parked nearby, whose engine is started but it is standing in one place, and inside that car was their neighbor Agnes sitting. Here Agnes is also lost, and she is also not conscious at all, and her eyes are also filled with tears. Then Vision also puts his hand on her forehead, as he had done with Norm in the previous episodes, and she remembers that she is inside Wanda's hex. Then she says to him, "You are Vision, the Avenger." Then Vision says, "Yes, I am." So, but who are these Avengers? This thing clearly indicates that in Wanda's reality, Vision has no memories. He only has basic knowledge of things that are needed to spend a normal life, and his memories start from when he came to Westview with Wanda to shift. Here Agnes says to him, "Am I dead?" When Vision asks her why she thinks that, then she tells him, "Because you are dead." And just like in episode 1, Vision's boss Mr. Hart was repeating the same thing. In the same way here, Agnes also started repeating the same thing. She kept saying again and again, "You are dead. You are dead." Just to be clear, not deceased, dead. Not dead, dead. She says, "Please help us. Wanda won't let us leave from here. No one can cross this barrier." And then Vision again uses his fingers on Agnes's forehead, and then Agnes goes back under Wanda's control and leaves from there. After she leaves, a completely confused Vision, wandering around, crosses Ellis Avenue and reaches near the boundary of Westview, the same place where Wanda had told her children not to go. Then the scene shifts and we are shown Darcy, who has systems information, and she sees that Vision's signal is approaching the borders of Westview. And she also finds out that there is still some information left that she hasn't been able to access yet. Meanwhile, Monica says that her friend, who can safely get her into Westview, is going to arrive here in an hour. Then Darcy tells her that Monica should not try to enter the hex again because, due to her previous entries into the hex, some changes are happening in her cells, and what could be the result of this is difficult to say. Well, I'll tell you, she will get superpowers, which I had also predicted in the episode 5 video. And dude, here many people will be seen speculating that all the people who are inside the hex, their cells will be affected because of Wanda, and they might all appear as mutants in the future. Well, if I modify this theory a bit, then I think that some of these characters might appear as mutants. But the weakest point of this theory that I see is that if all the people inside the hex get affected and become mutants, then the mutants will be concentrated only inside a small area instead of being spread worldwide. What do you have to say about this mutants fan theory? Definitely share your opinion with me in the comments below. If you pay attention to one more thing here, that Wanda threw Monica out of the hex as soon as she took the name Ultron. Then a big question running in my mind is that Pietro also gave so many references to the outside world, and he even knows that Wanda is behind the creation of this hex world, then why hasn't Wanda thrown Pietro out yet? If you also have any answers or theories related to this, then in the comments below or in the answer to everyone's question series, I will share your answer with the audience. So, best of luck. So, after the conversation between Monica and Darcy, we return to Westview, when Pietro says to Wanda about the hex, "You had all the children put to sleep until now, and now for Halloween, you have woken all the children from sleep." Wanda refuses at first, saying that she didn't do that, and along with that, she also says, "Do you think what I am doing is wrong?" Then Pietro tells her that no, everyone is fine, everyone has their jobs, all facilities are there, Mom and Dad are very proud of you. But he says to her, "How did you do all this, Wanda?" So, I was talking about this same scene, that with so much information, why didn't Wanda throw Pietro out of the hex like Monica? You share your theory, I'll share mine. So, my answer is that Wanda had thrown out Geraldine, not Monica. And Geraldine was in Wanda's reality, but she wasn't supposed to be there. She had reached there because she touched the hex. But on the other hand, Pietro's role has been properly cast in Wanda's reality, as Pietro had also told that he is here only because Wanda needed him, because she was feeling the absence of her brother too much. And for this reason only, Wanda did not throw Pietro out of the hex. Well, this is not the official answer, it's just my opinion. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section below now. Talking about the episode, in response to Pietro's words, Wanda said, "I don't remember anything about how all this started. I only remember that I was feeling very alone. It was complete emptiness." Wanda was telling him all this, and then when she looks towards Pietro, Pietro appears to us in such a way that obviously happened because of Wanda's thinking, because she knows that her brother has died, and that this is not actually her brother. She must be somewhat aware of this somewhere. And here, from Pietro's words, it seemed that he wanted to extract some information from Wanda. And for this reason, it's fan theory time. So, according to me, two possibilities could be here. The first and most widely spread fan theory is that this is Mephisto himself, as many people are expecting. But at the same time, I also feel somewhere that this could be some agent of S.W.O.R.D. itself. And the information of him being here in the Hex is the most private, and this is the same information that Darcy hasn't been able to access yet. And going forward, we will find out that there is a S.W.O.R.D. agent who is present here inside the Hex in Pietro's identity to collect information from Wanda. Well, to prove this theory that this is a S.W.O.R.D. agent here posing as Pietro, I can also put forward some points. Because the first question that will come to your mind is, if this is a S.W.O.R.D. agent, then how does he have super speed? So, in response, I will only say that S.W.O.R.D. must have found some way with which they could send their S.W.O.R.D. agent inside Wanda's Hex in the role of Quicksilver. And if he is cast inside Wanda's reality in the role of Quicksilver, then everyone there will think that this is Quicksilver, and his characteristics will come into him because of Wanda's powers, which in this case is super speed. Meaning, in conclusion, according to my fan theory, this is a S.W.O.R.D. agent who is present inside Wanda's Hex, and the source of his powers is Wanda's powers, which, because of being inside the Hex, grant him super speed. But yes, even then, there are many plot holes in this fan theory, so perhaps this could be wrong too. But it's fun to speculate. And at that time, Vision comes closer to that barrier, then all the S.W.O.R.D. agents reach there. Vision starts to disintegrate into pieces while trying to leave from there, and you can say that he returns to his old form, i.e., his dead form. But here, even while dying, he doesn't say what is happening to me or why I am dying. He says to the S.W.O.R.D. agent standing there, people need help, save them. And this thing alone is an example of why Vision was worthy for Mjolnir in Avengers: Age of Ultron. By the way, a separate playlist related to many topics about worthiness and Mjolnir is also available on my channel. You can check it out if you want. So, when Vision was in pain, then Wanda's other son, i.e., Billy, also realizes his powers in real life. As his identity in the comics is Wiccan, so because of his telepathy abilities, he finds out that his father, i.e., Vision, is in a lot of pain. Then they go to Wanda to tell her this, and when Wanda asks where he is, then Billy tells her that there are some soldiers standing around Vision. Here, it became clear to Wanda that Vision had gone outside Westview, and Vision's body would die outside Westview, i.e., outside the parameter of Wanda's powers. And to save him, she enhances her powers even more and makes the perimeter of Westview even bigger. And whatever things or people come within the range of that perimeter, they get converted into Wanda's Hex style. From here, only a few people present at the S.W.O.R.D. base managed to escape, which included Jimmy Woo, Monica Rambeau, and Director Hayward. Meanwhile, Darcy has now become a part of Wanda's Hex, and the information that she was about to access, we will probably get to know about that directly through Director Hayward himself in the upcoming episodes. And along with that, how did all this actually start, and whether Wanda is really behind all this, we still have to find out about that as well. So, to know the complete story and hidden details and meanings like this, stay connected with this series. And if you are new to the channel, then subscribe and check out any of these videos. So guys, that's all for this video. I'll meet you in the next video. Until then, love and peace.